Hello, everyone, and welcome back to part two with Rupert Conradi from Marketplace Superheroes. We had a little bit of an internet problem, but that's okay. He's in South Africa. We're in the United States. It's amazing we're even talking. So since we don't like to do editing around here and two Amazon sellers and a microphone, we just decided to make it two podcasts. It's perfect, and we're going to go back to back. But Rupert, thanks for getting back on with us. And man, we've had a fun conversation so far.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait to dive into this weird niche-y products because this is my favorite topic. And you were talking just before we lost connection about you have a Facebook group and you're like members of your group. They're coming up to you with products you've never even heard of.
Exactly, man. So that we go on like every week, and people can give us like their ASIN. So people don't know what that is. Like, that's an ASIN of the product. So it's linked to a product. We can use that. We can search that and find the product on Amazon. And let me tell you guys, sometimes the kind of stuff that our members give us is so boring, it's so niche that I have no idea what it is. I'm like, what is this? And we have to give them like a green light. So we say, yeah, you should move forward. This is why. So because the thing at Marketplace is we only look at the data to make a decision. So if someone tells me, listen, I love horses and I'm gonna, create a brand and just sell things around horses. I'm like, well, here's a rule for you. When you join us, you're not selling a single thing that's got anything to do with horses, right? So we're only going to look at data. Let's take the emotion out of it and let the market tell us what we should sell. And a lot of these times, we had one just this Tuesday where 4 out of the 5 products, I'm like, what? Does this exist? Like, what is this? It's absolutely incredible. And to give you guys an example, of just the one that I actually knew what it was, is a golf ball holder. It's just a holder for golf balls. So we're not selling golf balls. It's just a holder. And that person, looking at the demand just for that, incredible demand. Everywhere, like UK, people play golf, people looking for this. US, things are opening up again, obviously. So, the numbers is absolutely incredible on that. And it's just something as simple as that people will, they never send it back. It's not that they're going to complain about it. The best way I can explain it to people is like, we'll never sell the TV. We'll never sell that. That comes with, tons of warranty issues and things like that. But we'll sell the TV stand. Everyone needs one. Everyone's got one. No one talks about it. Like, man, my TV stand brand is incredible. I only use this brand, nothing else. Like, when's the last time you send your TV stand back for a repair, or I'm not happy with this stand? You never do that. And it's been the same stand. Like, well, I've been using the same one on the wall. If you look over there, that same mount, I've been using that for a couple of TVs, probably 8 to 9 years. So it's something that sells for a long time. It's sustainable. It's boring. If you go look at that market, there's not a ton of people like having a price war about it or big brands interfering. It's none of that. It's a very boring Amazon business. Now, here's a rule. Here's something I can give you guys. Like, if you have to sit with your friends, right, and you're almost too embarrassed to tell them what you sell on Amazon, you're probably selling the right thing. That's one of the rules we have, right? and that's how it is. People ask me like, man, what do you sell? I'm almost too embarrassed to tell them.
Yes.
We go.
Sure. I like that it's like emotionless. Like it's not like a brand. It's all data and everything's a widget. And I don't care what the widget is, or you don't care what the widget is. As long as it sells, that's what we're going to source. I like that. I like that. It's a different approach.
It's a different approach. And the thing about it, people would say, yeah, like, I think in our minds, we used to like, okay, this is my product. Now let me sell a ton of these because otherwise I'm not going to make money. For us, we want to move away from the number one. I'll sell that, but it won't be my only product. I'll sell that in 7 different markets. So if I get 4 or 5 sales a day, which isn't like something to jump up and down about in the US, and I'm getting like 5 sales in the UK, maybe Canada's giving me 2 or 3 a day. This all adds up. And now if I've got 4 or 5 products like that selling globally, that's where the magic is. We're moving away from one product, one market. I'm not relying on that one product. I'm de-risking my business by having multiple products multiple countries, and that's the big thing for us.
Where do you see where do you see the bottleneck? Like when new client, I know we're talking different stuff here, but when a new seller comes on to your guys' services, and because again, you guys are going all different marketplaces globally, where's the bottleneck? Because Dustin and I both know, like going to UK and doing all that VAT stuff, like that gets confusing. So we just don't mess with it. Where do you see?
Yeah, for us, it's interesting because we're so widely spread, and even when Brexit happened, let's have that conversation, because people are like, oh man, this is not going to happen. This is the end of my business. This is the end of my world. We're like, okay, at Marketplace, we always look at what's the urgency, what's the problem before it happens, and let's get something in place to help. So with us, we got an entire team, dealing with exactly that in the UK. Accountants saying, well, we'll get you VAT registered. So what we're doing now in Germany, we're sending products to Germany, and from there on, sales continue. So again, it was something where we said, okay, for a couple of months, it was something where it takes a couple of months to get that done. But now we're back into those markets. So it's not like everyone is really competing for that hot list, or like you guys mentioned, like in the previous episode, talking about we're all using the same software, we're all getting the same results. It's like you're going down this rabbit hole of Amazon. And I mean, I've been doing this for a while, and I've seen so many different products that I still see our members coming up with products going like, where the hell did you find that? That's insane. It's just incredible. And for us, it's a couple of things. It's really teaching someone a strategy where you can go into that niches of Amazon. There's a lot of things that we can do where we can sell in markets that a lot of people don't sell, because you guys say oh, this is such a nightmare. I don't want to deal. I'm not even going to sell there. But what if you have a partner saying, I'll just take care of that for you? Let me get you VAT registered in Germany, and let's get you back into that market. You focus on what you have to do. That's finding niche products. We'll sort everything else out for you. Well, then that becomes easy. It doesn't become like this big, I don't want to deal with that. Because for me in my business, I outsource everything, right? The shipping, it's outsourced. Photography, it's outsourced. Like translating those listings, I outsource it. Everything goes to Marketplace Super. It's like an ecosystem. I focus on finding products. That's my role in the business for sure.
What marketplace are you seeing just extremely good growth in? Like, is there a certain marketplace out there that's like all of a sudden getting really popular, or it's getting a lot of demand?
Yeah, like we are so excited for Canada. Beginning of this year, we opened up a warehouse there, and that warehouse is growing like crazy, and that's because of our members. So we are so excited for Canada. It's an interesting market. Like last year, even we always test markets before we make a big investment. So we tested that market. And in the beginning of this year, it was just a market that we all are so excited about. Really a good market to get in, because you have your Amazon Seller Central account sorted out for the US. You have access to Canada, so use that. So it's an easy way. If you're selling in the US now and you're thinking, well, I'm only in this one market, Canada is such an easy market to get into, to get the ball rolling with having a global Amazon business.
Can we this is a question as a seller. Chris and I start working with Marketplace Superheroes to just sell in Canada right now? Is that possible?
For sure. Yeah, it's 100% like anyone listening to this saying, I want to expand, but I mean, dealing with a freight forwarding company, or I don't have a warehouse there. Like, how will that work? So you can 100% hop on, have a chat with us, partner with us, use our freight services, to help you get into these markets for sure. Yeah. Interesting.
I like that. I'm going to have to be doing that, because I am not taking advantage of Canada. I can tell you that.
No, I did do Canada for a while, but I'm not sure if I had all my ducks in a row on that. Yeah. I mean, and I was shipping an inventory. I was doing it real small, just testing it out, but I made sales, and I know it's less competitive, and I've got products with lots of reviews in the US that would translate to other places. So Interesting. Okay,
I think the big thing is like having the warehouse there, also makes a big difference because, it's not like if I'm ordering, like, let's say I'm doing a smaller of like 500 units. It's not like I'm sending half to the US and half to Canada, but still, I'll send like 100 units in. I can do that. I know with Canada, you can only send to Amazon like 30 units at a time at the moment. They've got that rules on that, but that's great because you have the warehouse. Like, we don't want to send all those units into Amazon's warehouse because the storage fees are, it's crazy. So we store with Marketplace. Well, in my business, I do, just because the storage fees are so low. And then I just send, 15 to 20 units a week into Canada, depending on my sales there. Yeah, but it's starting to really, really increase. So we're very excited about that market for sure, man. Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit more about these niche products because, I think people, like you said, boring is interesting. I mean, I'm looking around. I mean, all you have to do is look around your house, and I've got 1,000 products in this house. Just different. I've got cups. You got microphones, fans. These lighting things. There's so much stuff that you could do, and you're right. A lot of them are boring. Like a TV stand is boring, and so when you look for niche. You're just plugging in numbers. What are your parameters that you're looking for? Are you looking for a certain amount of competitors? Or are you looking for like a certain quality of their listings, or what are you looking at?
Yeah, man, let's definitely talk about that, and I'll do my best to give your viewers like easy steps, that they can really start looking at today even. So the first thing that we want to look at is we're looking at like if we search for an item. Anything under 1,000 search results, that's a good start, for us. So that would be the first thing. Over that, there's so many products like this that's the first start. So if I see that, 259, search results that's coming back, that to me is already a good sign. That tells me there's not a lot of people selling in that market. That would be the first thing, The second thing we jump into is BSR, like bestseller rank, for those who don't know. And there's a lot of plugins that you guys can use, like AMZ Seller will give you that little number. Just talking to people that maybe aren't aware of this. So we look at that BSR, and for us, it's anything below 50,000 in the US, as an example. That's the market. But then we also want to see a good variety in the market. So if everything is like 239 BSR, the next one is 500 or 800, well, that tells us like it's going to be difficult to go into that market. I typically want to see like something like 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. It goes to 40,000. Then maybe it goes out of range, our range, which is 50,000. So I'm like, okay, that's a good mix. There's definitely demand for it, but there's also room for me to go and place my product there. So if I place it there, I'm going to get sales out of that. Then there's a couple of things that software won't tell you. That's very, very important to us. So for us, a cloning market, like all the products is exactly the same. Like there's clones, there's tons of clones. We always think like, how can I stand out in the market? So as someone that's searching for something, if it's like all the same, the best way I can think of explaining it at the moment is like, people always go, but yeah, Rupert, but why don't I just do a different color? Then I'll stand out automatically because it's all cloned. Well, it has to make sense. So if I walk into a store and I want to buy apples and there's like tons of red apples everywhere, oh, here's a blue apple. Probably not going to buy it. It doesn't really make sense that, why? So clone is something, and then a confused market. Now, what is a confused market? A confused market is almost like, if you go to Amazon now and you type in water bottle now, you'll see every color, every shape, every size, every graphic. I'm wondering, as someone that wants to buy a water bottle, like, which one do I buy? 12-pack. There's 6-packs. I'm going to take a week just to research, like, what? That's confusing. It's just so confusing. So it's something where, okay, I'll find your product like fairly easy. And we're making it a no-brainer offer. That's the offer side of things that we can get into. So for us, search results, BSR, and then looking at the market to see how clean is it. Like, how easy can I go to the market with this? If I put it in there, is it going to make sense? It's not confusing. It's not like all the colors, everything is done. It almost goes back to that boring, kind of market. So yeah, I'll give you guys a couple of ones that you guys can search. Like one that I came across like about a month ago, a garden sieve. I mean, I've never used a garden sieve. Right?
Garden. How do you spell sieve?
Sieve is like SIEVE, garden sieve, and it's like something where people they throw in mud and they sort of getting all the I mean, if you go look at that, it's a very boring product. You can easily stand out. Just go look at things like the photos, right? Like it's so terrible. Like everything is just the
best seller is merch by Amazon or merch. Yeah, it's not an FBA.
You're right.
It's not FBA. So that's the kind of things we look at. There's massive demand for that. Like, again, I'm not talking about 80 to 100 sales a day, but I'm thinking, hey, if I can do 7 or 8 in the US, I'll do 4 or 5 in the UK a day. That all adds up. The rule of 5 that we have at Marketplace Superheroes.
Yeah, I mean that's
a boring product.
That's a boring product, and I just pulled up on Helium 10. I mean that first page of results is doing like $150,000 a month in revenue.
There you go.
I didn't even know that. I think I've seen these.
I mean, that's a free product idea for anybody listening.
Oh yeah.
Like I mean, the bestseller is only doing fulfilled by merchant.
Exactly.
He's got 2,000 reviews. His images suck.
Image suck. The listing is shocking. The listing is shocking, right?
Yeah. Title sucks.
I mean, just open up that photo and you'll go like, oh, it like pixelates. Like it's like the person really wanted that product to do badly, but then it ended up selling a lot. So that's the kind of things, I can completely dominate that market. And I'm not going to end up having this massive price war, this PPC war of like who throws in the most money into sponsored ads. None of that. It's not a market a lot of people look at, but it's there,
This thing is $30. It's a piece of plastic with a wire like mesh.
It's like you're looking for gold.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like a gold panning thing.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
See, this is where I go down a major rabbit hole when I
closed out.
Because I really love stuff like this. So I've kind of shifted. I have a Seller Central account that I'm kind of now experimenting with products like this on doing. There's not really like a brand to this account. It's just a lot of different products. And it's fascinating because there's millions and millions and millions of products and on Amazon and or that could be on Amazon that are not, that people are looking for. It's amazing how many things you could research for 10 years and not even scratch the surface on these products.
Yeah, it's overwhelming actually. Like, because for me, I'll always sit and go, it's 1 a.m. Let me just go down this and then I'll go to bed. Let me just, oh wait, here's another one. Okay, let me just, it's really almost addictive. Like the way we do research, it's crazy because it doesn't end. And you're almost like just finding this gold, this gem that you can very easily compete. Yeah.
Let me throw something at you, because another thing, at least from my perspective, you may have a totally different take on this, but a product like this, you could source from Alibaba quickly and probably do like 100 of them. You could, because you almost don't even need like custom packaging or anything to at least validate this product. You could just get them in a poly bag, slap a label on it, and then send them in. And if it works, then you could make a bigger order and get them cheaper. But for people that are looking to get in at a lower cost point, like lower ad spend, this is where you need to be.
This is exactly where you need to be. Like if you never started like an online business before, even that's perfect for this, because what we are doing is we de-risking the business with our research method. That's what it is. Research is actually just insurance almost. It's like, let me de-risk my business. There's not a lot of competitors in that space. Man, like people are doing a poor job. Like I can just again, if I can just improve my photos there, add a bit of a bonus product there, just top of my head, maybe gloves that you can use when doing gardening, I'm going to stand out. I'll just get that listing sorted. Now, with us, obviously, at Marketplace, we can do the listing for you even. So we'll do the listing for you, make sure everything is correct there. You don't even have to worry about that. We'll do the photography for you. As you say, you just have to find it, source it. We'll ship it for you. There you go. So it's really not like people overcomplicate things, I think, but that's what's a partnership for us. It's not like, here's a training course, that's what it is. It's not. We're selling partnerships because we have this superior freight. For us, it's important our members, as you say, Dustin, you get on, let me ship this. That's exactly the kind of partners we want, because we'll help you. We'll do all the heavy lifting for you, because we want you to sell through on those. We want you to order more products. We want you to expand, because if you do well, we do well. It's just what it is. It's like a selfish invested interest we have in your success, if I may say so. So, yeah, but you're right. It's something you can very quickly get up and running for sure.
It sounds like your wheelhouse is like new sellers. Like if anybody's looking to sell on Amazon and they don't know what they're doing, I would figure like Marketplace would be able to help them out.
Yeah, it's a point where, like, I would say it's one of the safest businesses. Like, I've started a couple of businesses before. The Fibre one was good, but I had some that failed, for sure. I mean, this was my first online business. I had no skills, like, in the online space. It's not like you guys, tons of experience. Maybe I tried eBay before and I gradually went into Amazon. This was my first business. So, and that's why I said in the first episode, I'm really just a normal guy, and I 100% just followed a blueprint. It's nothing special. Really, I'm nothing special. So it really is anyone can do it, for sure.
I love it. My favorite is product research and sourcing. I love it. That's my favorite thing. And so building out what you're talking about is for anybody who's like, if you take a course and you just start going through it, you're like, oh my gosh, this is overwhelming. I mean, what am I going to do? But if you give them the comfort of, look, just have fun looking for products and source them, learn that part really well, and we'll take care of the rest. I think that's fascinating. And this we could talk about this forever.
Yeah.
But so for anybody who is listening, tell them how they can get in touch with you. I mean, do you work with people directly as well?
Yeah, for sure. They can 100% speak to us. If they want to first check us out from a distance, you can go to our YouTube page. You can just search Marketplace Superheroes. You'll find our YouTube page. We actually give away tons of these product ideas on our YouTube page. You can actually go check that out. You can go to marketplacesuperheroes.com. That's another place where you can find us. And then we have a link if you want to speak to someone like myself. It's quite easy. It's mpshsuccess.com. And you can book in a call with myself, and we can have a chat. For us, it's important to understand what's your goals, and have a realistic expectation. That's also important. So it's a bit of a coaching session that you'll be getting with us, because we want people to know when they come in what's involved in having an Amazon business in terms of finance, capital. How does that look like? So we'll have that full conversation in there. And then at the end, if that person feels this is a good fit for me, of course, they're more than welcome to join us, because we're looking for partners. For us is very, very important. Yeah, for sure.
I love it. I encourage everyone to check that out. One thing that's Chris and I experience every day, we talk to sellers every day about their advertising, and we get a lot of people coming. It's their first product. It's a Me Too product and a super saturated niche, and they want help with their advertising. And the first thing I have to tell them is, if you want to compete in this category, this is going to cost you a fortune in advertising to even stand out. And I think that's a tough one for people. So if people listen to what you're saying for their first product, if they have a small budget, if you've got lots and lots of money, feel free to do whatever you want. You can enter probably any niche. But I agree that this is really good information for people listening who are wanting to start. So everybody, go check them out. MarketplaceSuperheroes.com. Go check out Rupert. Get started with him. It's fantastic. Rupert, we're going to have you back on again sometime in the future. we'll get you back on. There's always good stuff to talk about in this space. So we'll get you back on. Thanks for joining us. And everybody who is listening right now, if you have launched your product or if you've been selling for a long time and advertising is difficult or you struggle with it or you'd like to outsource it, Sellozo is here for you. You can go to sellozo.com, book a call with either Chris or myself. We'll walk you through the platform. We can audit your campaigns with you. We've got a brand new program where people who sign up for Sellozo will get you an account audit with our support team. They'll give you some quick wins that you can do with your PPC. We're excited about it. So make sure you take advantage of that. Sellozo.com. Check us out. If you love content like this, make sure you subscribe to the podcast. You get to hear cool people like Rupert. Just with
I have to. Look, not just me. Like I've been blown away. Like the last 4 or 5 guests you guys have is absolutely incredible. So if you're listening to this and you're not subscribed, you're absolutely losing your mind. You're crazy. So subscribe to these guys. They bring tons of value. And thank you so much, guys, because this is a space where I feel that guys like you, that's legit, that's doing things correctly, getting your voices out there, helping tons of people, to succeed is incredible. So I'm super inspired. It was fantastic to hang with both of you guys for sure.
Well, awesome. Thanks, Rupert. Thanks so much. And thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next time.